All right, you're going to want to see this because one of my favorite AI research tools just dropped an update that is, well, it's pretty mind-blowing. We're talking about Google's NotebookLM, and it has a brand new trick up its sleeve that might just change how we all share information. Just think about this for a second. What if you could take all your research, all those dense documents, PDFs, even hours of YouTube videos, and with a single click, the AI doesn't just write a summary. It creates an entire video explainer for you. Slides, script, voiceover, the whole shebang. Sounds like something out of a movie, right? Well, guess what? It's real.
So, before we jump into this crazy new feature, let's do a quick reset for anyone who hasn't used this tool before. Let's cover what NotebookLM actually is, because understanding its foundation is key to seeing why this new update is such a big deal.
Okay, so at its heart, NotebookLM is like your personal AI research assistant. And here's the most important part. It's grounded in your sources. You upload the material, and it works only with that information. So it's not just pulling random stuff off the internet. It's giving you focused analysis of the material you provided.
And the way it works is just brilliantly simple. First, you add your sources, docs, links, whatever. Then, and this is the cool part, you literally just start talking to your documents. You can ask them questions, and it gives you answers with citations. And finally, you use all that to create new stuff. But a little while back, that last step got a quiet but massive upgrade.
Now, to really get why the video feature is so revolutionary, we have to talk about the audio first. See, NotebookLM could already generate a sort of podcast summary of your sources, but the voice, well, it changed. And the difference between the old voice and the new one is everything. So listen to this. This is what the AI audio sounded like just a couple of months ago. You can hear it, right? It's a little stiff, kind of clunky. You got those awkward uhs in there. It's very clearly a robot. It worked, sure, but you weren't going to be captivated by it.
Okay, now listen to this. This is the new version. The difference is just night and day, isn't it? It's conversational, the pacing is dynamic, it actually sounds like a real person talking. This was a monumental leap in quality.
So that's the real story here. The engine that generates the audio got a massive, spectacular upgrade. It went from something that sounded like an AI to something that's honestly really nice to listen to. And this new, super powerful voice is the launch pad for what came next. And that brings us to the main event. Because once they had this incredibly realistic new audio engine, you can just imagine the team behind NotebookLM thinking, what if we could add pictures to this?
Yep, that's exactly what they did. The tool doesn't just create an audio file anymore. It generates a full video presentation, slides and all, based on your source material. It takes that amazing conversational audio and wraps an entire visual story around it.
And check this out. This is a little clip from a video the AI made itself, and in a funny little twist, it actually calls its own creation the explainer. You can just hear how it's building a real narrative with a polished, professional tone. It's ready to go. I mean, this really shows you the magic of it. You don't have to spend hours in PowerPoint or Keynote. The AI reads your sources, figures out the main points, writes a script, structures a story, and then builds a whole slide deck with graphics to back it all up. All of that, automatically.
So you're probably thinking, okay, a feature this insane has to be super complicated to use, right? Nope, it's actually ridiculously easy.
It's really just a few clicks. You hit Video Overview, pop up in the Options menu to give it some custom instructions, and then you just tell the AI what you want. Hit Generate, and a few moments later, your video is ready.
And the customization part is where the real power is. You can tell it who the video is for, beginners, experts, you name it. You can make it focus on just one of your documents. You can even give it an outline and say, hey, cover these specific talking points. It gives you an incredible amount of control over what it makes. So, this is obviously an incredibly cool feature, but let's zoom out for a second. What's the bigger picture? Why is this actually a huge deal? This right here is the whole story. This tool basically vaporizes the gap between having a bunch of raw information and having a polished, effective presentation. Think about how much time it takes to digest complex topics and then turn them into something clear and engaging. This automates that entire process. For students, researchers, teachers, really for anyone who needs to explain things, the potential is just enormous. Which, it leaves us with this one big question. As these tools get better and better, as they learn to not just find information, but to structure it, script it, and present it visually, are we watching AI literally evolve into the ultimate explainer? It feels like a massive shift, and it's happening right before our eyes.